Dear audience, it is inevitable that the lights that shine the brightest in life will eventually dim. For the simple reason that love has drew them elsewhere, even though their fire has died out. An emotionally charged chapter in American television history is about to begin today. The daytime queen, Kelly Ripa, whose infectious laughter has been a source of joy for generations, has decided to take a break from it all. Why? For the most heartfelt of causes, she should support Mark Consuelos, her husband, at a moment when their love and devotion are more important than anything that ratings or cameras could ever capture. Reduce volume and hold for impact. However, what transpired in reality beyond the sensational headlines? What was the depth of Kelly's humanity, the extent of her anguish, and the extent of her commitment that led her to this devastating decision? If you stick around until the end of the story, I guarantee you will have a fresh perspective on Kelly Ripa, and maybe even on your own life and relationships. For nearly 30 years, Kelly Ripa has done more than host television shows. For millions, she has been a friend indeed. From her early years with Regis Philbin to her more recent marriage to Mark Consuelos, Kelly always seemed to have a certain something. The radiance in her eyes, her sharp mind, and her kind smile. That wasn't all it was. It was reassuring, considerate. We all become accustomed to turning on the TV first thing in the morning. A voice that was already recognizable as you steeped the tea. A chuckle that brightened up even the most dreary Monday. Being both approachable and stunning was an unusual talent she possessed. Someone who could be both a kind post office neighbor and a Hollywood A-lister. Pause. Cliffhanger. However, few were privy to the inner struggles, sacrifices, and periods of internal conflict that Kelly endured when she felt her heart pulled in opposite directions by the demands of her family and the spotlights of the studio. If we want to know how Kelly Ripa feels about Mark Consuelos' departure from All My Children, we need to go back to 1995. The two of them met like they were in a romance story. There was an obvious chemistry between the two young actors, despite the fact that they were both ambitious and brilliant. Their covert Las Vegas wedding took place inside a year. Their marriage was always more than that. It was a partnership. Under the stifling pressure of stardom, they maintained their romance while building their careers side by side and raising 3 children. A portion of Kelly's public narrative revolved around their love. She spoke of Mark frequently, and she did so with dedication, admiration, and occasionally sly humor. What most people failed to grasp, though, was the extent to which Kelly relied on Mark during her career's worst hours. When she was under pressure from critics and her busy schedule, Mark was there to support her at home. Confidence lowers, tension builds, and now, years later, things have turned around. He now relies on Kelly as his anchor. This change clarifies the most surprising choice she has ever made in her professional life. Mark Consuelos has overcome obstacles that went unrecognized despite his prominence on red carpets and in magazines. His closest friends say he's powerful and self-assured, and sometimes he's too proud to admit he's weak. The rumblings, however, have been getting louder as of late. We spoke of near-death experiences, extreme fatigue, and situations that rocked the pair to their very core. Kelly, who lived for the camera, felt that nothing, not even the size of her husband's audience, could ever surpass her husband's health. He had stood firm in her defense, she remembered. She had to take a turn now. This choice was not taken lightly. Envision yourself at the pinnacle of your profession, with millions of viewers every day, yet opting to step aside because the person you care about the most requires your presence. It takes guts to do that. This is the most basic kind of affection. Thrilling drama. But what did Mark's difficulties teach us about the ephemeral nature of achievement and the significance of family? You might be surprised by the response. Family has always meant the world to Kelly and Mark. Dwayne, Michael, and Lola were their 3 children. Despite growing up in the shadow of their renowned parents, each of them is forging their own unique path. My proudest role is not on TV, Kelly has asserted time and time again. Being a mother is it. Thus, the decision was about more than simply Mark when his health faltered. Family was the main focus. Adults in their 20s were observing. Kelly was also aware that the most important thing she could teach children had nothing to do with stardom or fortune. It was all about being there for the people you care about, even when it hurts. When Kelly announced her retirement from television, she conveyed a statement that went much beyond the entertainment industry. Your public life is defined by your career, but your private life is defined by your love. Put it down. Draw near. And it's the brave decision to step away that has moved and saddened followers equally. The Durham wasn't involved when Kelly made her announcement. Kelly Ripa, a long-standing co-host of Live with Kelly and Ryan, has taken the tough decision to leave her TV profession to care for her sick husband, Mark Consuelos. This decision was deeply felt and emotional. While Kelly's ardent devotion to her family has been underscored by her unexpected and intimate statement, it has also caught admirers off guard. Kelly has been a fixture on morning television for quite some time, so her departure from the show is a huge deal for her career, the couple's relationship, and the entertainment business as a whole. The on-screen and off-screen friendship of Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa has long been renowned. As they overcame obstacles in their jobs, family, and life in general, their love served as an example to followers. Their infectious energy, fun banter, and common sense of humor have made them household names for decades. However, Kelly made a choice that altered the trajectory of her career as Mark's health started to deteriorate. Kelly didn't expect to have to say such a heartfelt goodbye when she began her television career. Her decades-long run on Live, first with Regis and Kelly and then with Kelly and Ryan, catapulted her to fame. Many people looked forward to her morning show because of her charisma, wit, and relatability. She was widely considered one of the most popular figures in the business. Although Kelly enjoyed her time on television, her roles as a wife and caregiver will always take precedence. Kelly explained her decision to leave the show in a heartfelt statement, which brought tears to her eyes. At this very moment, her family is dependent on me, and I have always maintained that my family is my first priority, she stated. It is my turn to be there for Mark now that he has been there for me through everything. The love and support I can offer him at this very moment is irreplaceable, regardless of my work or level of success. Many of her admirers and supporters voiced their approval of her choice after hearing her remarks. Putting one's loved ones first was a sacrifice that many could identify with, and it was one that Kelly made. As a result of her hard work and success, Kelly had to make a bold decision, but it revealed her priorities. Mark and Kelly's love has always shone through, but in this moment, Kelly proved her undying devotion to him. Kelly had a tough time making the decision to leave her work, which was fueled by strong emotions. She had spent a lot of time getting to know her audience, so the idea of abandoning them was tough. Nonetheless, she was confident in her choice. The most important thing she has ever done, but also the toughest thing she has ever done, she said. Kelly's departure from Live created a hole that her co-host Ryan Seacrest duly noted with a blend of melancholy and comprehension. For a long time, Kelly has been the show's beating heart. Her and Mark's prayers are being heard by all. In an effort to express his support for his longtime colleague and friend, Ryan made the statement, "Family is everything," during the live broadcast of the show. It is unclear whether Kelly will return to television as Mark continues to heal. The outpouring of support from her loved ones, however, is a sobering reminder of the value of kindness and selflessness. Putting her career on hold, Kelly's choice to be there for her loved ones is a powerful statement on the importance of being present in our lives and the strength it takes to face adversity. This heartfelt farewell was more than simply Kelly Ripa's exit from the entertainment industry. It was also a statement that her family will always take precedence. Their devoted followers will be there for her and Mark every step of the way as they embark on this new adventure, offering words of encouragement and love. There's no such thing as ephemeral fame or money, but the affection shared by family members knows no bounds.